Your mind? It's your ultimate weapon. Or your personal wrecking ball. Honestly, it's both. This thing between your ears has built entire worlds before you've even had your first coffee. Dreams, fears, wild stories, full-on conspiracy theories about your own life. And every single day, whether you notice or not, it's deciding exactly what kind of life you get to live. Think about that. Let it slap you for a second. Every decision you've made, the ones that got you closer to your goals, and the ones that left you lying in bed scrolling TikTok for 5 hours, all of it came down to one thing: your mentality. That little inner world running the show, 24/7, no breaks, no holidays. And here's the part no one really wants to hear, but absolutely needs to. Your mentality right now, it's either making you unstoppable, or it's quietly chewing holes in your potential, like a termite at an all-you-can-eat buffet. No middle ground, no neutral gear. It's not just chilling, minding its own business. It's doing something every second. If you're not actively building it, strengthening it, sharpening it, it's breaking down. Like a gym membership you proudly paid for in January and ghosted by February. You know the one. And deep down, you already know this. You've felt it. Those moments when life claps back hard. A breakup that leaves you ugly crying into a pint of ice cream while rewatching the same three sad movies. A job rejection that feels like you just got karate chopped in the soul. A setback so ridiculous you're sitting there thinking, seriously, universe, are you messing with me right now? And in that moment, you realize you're not quite as bulletproof as you thought. That's when the truth hits. Strength isn't built when everything's easy, when your to-do list is full of cute little tasks, and your horoscope says, big things coming. Nah, strength is built in the mess, in the sweat, in the tears, in the moments so raw and awkward that nobody even dares post about them on Instagram because it doesn't look cute. It's you versus you in the dark, no filters, no edits. So let me hit you with a question that stings a bit. Have you actually been building your mindset? Or have you just been hoping it magically toughens up while you sleep? Be honest. Because here's the reality check. Life doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if Mercury is in retrograde, if your crystals aren't charged, or if your vibes are totally off. Life is coming for you either way. Stress, heartbreak, rejection. They don't RSVP politely before they roll up. They crash through the door, uninvited, every single time. And if your mental armor isn't ready, oh, they will wreck you. Not because you're weak, but because you've been lulled into this idea that toughness is optional. Like it's a bonus add-on, not a requirement. Spoiler alert, it's not optional. It never was. And look, I'm not telling you this to freak you out. I'm telling you because this is your alarm bell. This is the wake-up call most people avoid because it's uncomfortable. But you're here, and you're hearing it now, which is actually amazing news. Because that stronger version of you, the one who doesn't fold under pressure, who takes hits and keeps walking, who literally laughs when life tries to knock you down, that version is real. It's already inside you, just waiting for you to stop playing small. I'm talking about the you who's basically the human version of that one indestructible Nokia phone. You know, the one that could survive a nuclear blast and still send a text. That's the you we're about to build. And guess what? We're starting now, not tomorrow, not Monday, not when your schedule clears up, or you feel ready. Spoiler, you won't. That whole waiting until I feel ready thing, total scam. You don't wait to feel ready. You decide to get ready, right now. So pause and really ask yourself this. No fluff, no dodging. If life came swinging at you tomorrow again, are you ready to swing back? Ready to hold your ground? Ready to hit harder? Be honest with yourself. No excuses, no filters. Because today, we stop playing small. We stop whining over things we are completely capable of crushing. And we start building you into the kind of person who can stare down anything and say, bring it. Cool, cool, let's move. All right, let's get brutally clear on something. If your mindset feels a bit soggy right now, if you're sitting there thinking, man, I used to be more focused, more driven, more fire, or maybe you've never really felt that way, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're broken. And it's definitely not because you were cursed by some angry wizard shaking a stick at your family tree. No, the truth is simpler and way scarier. It's because the world you grew up in, it's been engineered to keep you soft, like next level precision crafted softness. Look around. We are living in the golden age of easy. Hungry? Click a button. Food appears at your door hotter than your last relationship. Need groceries? Someone else will pick them out for you. Want a date? Swipe. Bored? Scroll. Tired? Netflix has you covered for 17 hours straight if you let it autoplay. Feeling stressed? There's an app for that. Actually, about 300, and if you act fast, there's a 2-for-1 pizza deal to numb the pain while you meditate. Every single thing around you is screaming, sit back, relax, don't struggle. We've made life seamless for you. And at first glance, that sounds like progress, right? Like, wow, the future is here, baby. But here's the kicker. Your brain, it's not built for this. It's ancient hardware trying to navigate a world of instant gratification, and it loves it. It gets real cozy, real fast, with the idea that avoiding pain equals winning. But spoiler, that's a trap. A big, cushy, seductive trap. And while you're busy chasing that dopamine drip, making sure nothing ever feels too hard, your resilience, your grit, your unshakable self-trust, they're in the background shrinking like a wool sweater in a boiling hot wash cycle. Slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. Every single time you back down, every time you say, hey, I'll do it later, or I deserve a break today, your brain is learning something dangerous. It's learning that your word doesn't mean much, that you can't fully trust yourself to follow through. And trust me, that hits deeper than you think. Because the real problem isn't just missing a workout or procrastinating a project. It's that compounding effect. Before you know it, you've set up permanent residency in Softville. Population, you, and 8 billion other people out here secretly faking it, pretending everything's fine while quietly spiraling when no one's watching. And here's where it gets wild. It's not your fault. You've been bombarded, literally since you could crawl, with messages that tell you struggle equals bad. That pain means you're failing. That if something feels hard, you should probably back away, light a candle, and manifest a better vibe. And when you do hit that inevitable wall, and let's be real, everyone hits it, you don't think, oh, this is the work. You think, oh no, this must be a sign I should quit, or pivot, or take a nap and try again when the stars are in alignment. But let me hit you with the truth. Struggle is not the enemy, it's the entrance fee. If you're uncomfortable, that means you're alive. That means you're growing. That means you are literally in the process of becoming someone stronger than you were yesterday. Meanwhile, what's everyone else doing? They're stuck in the same dance, smiling for the gram, posting highlight reels of the one time they did something hard, while quietly drowning in anxiety and self-doubt behind the scenes. We've normalized this game of playing it safe, wrapping it in pretty words like self-care or rest season, while low-key freaking out at 2 a.m., wondering why we feel so empty, so stuck, so off. And if you've been sitting there thinking, why can't I just get it together? What's wrong with me? Pause. I need you to hear this clearly. It's not because you suck. It's not because you're doomed. It's because no one ever taught you how to build real mental toughness. No one handed you the manual. No one told you that comfort, this thing we all chase like it's the holy grail, is actually the enemy of confidence. But here's the twist. Now you know. And when you know better, you do better. Because let's keep it real. Comfort feels good for a second, sure. But strength lasts. Confidence carries you. And every single time, every single moment, you choose to lean in when your whole body says run, you stack a win. Slowly, quietly, but powerfully. And you don't even realize it at first. But one day, that thing that used to crush you, it starts to feel like a warm-up. The fear that used to paralyze you, it starts to feel like background noise. That's what we're chasing here. Not fake motivation, not hype. Real strength. The kind that holds when life goes full beast mode on you. So now that you understand why you've been feeling stuck, let's shine a light on the real enemy. The sneaky little voices in your head that have been sabotaging your moves like undercover agents in a spy movie. Once you see them, oh, they'll never own you again. Here's the real deal. The part most people never talk about, because it's a little too uncomfortable to face. Your biggest enemy, it's not your stressful job. It's not your ex, who still somehow manages to annoy you from 1,000 miles away. It's not your bank account, your family drama, or even that weird uncle who brings up conspiracy theories at every single family dinner. Nah. Your biggest enemy is way closer to home. It's that sneaky, smooth-talking voice in your head. You know the one. The one that knows exactly how to push your buttons, how to stop you in your tracks, how to keep you right where you are, safe, small, stuck. And the worst part, it sounds exactly like you. That's what makes it so convincing. It is you. Or at least, it pretends to be. Let's break it down because this voice, it's not just one thing. It's a whole team of undercover agents, each with their own little tactics. First up, doubt. Oh, doubt is a classic, a true pro. Doubt slides in smooth, like a friend who seems like they care, but is actually low-key sabotaging you. It waits for the exact moment you're about to do something brave, something bold, and then whispers, are you sure you can handle this? I mean, maybe just don't. It's risky. What if you fail? What if people see you fail? And just like that, your momentum crumbles. Doubt is like that annoying kid in class who never does any work, but somehow convinces everyone else that they shouldn't either. It feeds off hesitation. And once it plants that seed, it lets you do the rest of the work, spiraling into overthinking, self-questioning, and full-blown analysis paralysis. Sound familiar? Yeah, we all know doubt. But doubt doesn't work alone. Next up, we've got the excuse machine. This one? Oh, expert level. The excuse machine is smooth, comforting, and dangerously convincing. It's the voice that says, listen, champ, you've had a rough day. You're tired, stressed, overwhelmed. You deserve to take it easy. Let's skip today and crush it tomorrow. Ah, tomorrow. The magical land where motivation is endless and life is perfectly aligned. But here's the spoiler. Tomorrow? It's a myth. It's like Narnia. Sounds great in theory, but you're not getting there through a closet door. Tomorrow keeps moving just out of reach, no matter how hard you chase it. And the excuse machine knows that. It plays the long game, whispering sweet nothings to keep you in the cycle of almost starting. And let's not forget the comparison monster. Oh man, this one's a beast. You're feeling good, right? You've been making moves, finally gaining some momentum, and then you scroll. Bam! Out of nowhere, it feels like everyone else is crushing it 10 times harder. That girl you went to high school with? She's now a CEO, a fitness model, and somehow manages to bake gluten-free cupcakes on the weekends. That guy you used to work with? Living on a yacht, posting sunrise pics with his six-pack, and his golden retriever, that somehow also has abs. And suddenly, your brain hits you with, why even bother? You're so far behind. Just like that, the air gets sucked out of your motivation. The comparison monster loves social media because it's the easiest place to distort reality. You forget that you're seeing highlight reels, not the messy behind the scenes. And the monster knows this, but it hopes you don't notice. Now, we have to talk about one of the sneakiest of all, the perfectionist parasite. This one is tricky because it pretends to be your ally. It's the voice that says, let's not rush. Let's just make sure everything's perfect before we start. And at first, it sounds responsible, smart even. Like, yes, of course we want things to be excellent. But the perfectionist parasite knows a secret. Perfection doesn't exist. It's a moving target. And as long as it keeps you obsessing, tweaking, planning, and reworking, you'll never actually launch. You end up stuck in an endless prep phase, designing the perfect workout plan but never going to the gym, reading all the self-help books but never applying them, tweaking your vision board for 6 months instead of, actually making moves. This one's a killer because it feels like progress, but it's not. It's just another stall tactic. And here's the most dangerous part about all these voices. They're so good at what they do. They convince you that they're protecting you, keeping you safe from failure, embarrassment, disappointment. They seem like they're on your side. But the brutal truth? They're keeping you small, stuck, caged. And the scariest part? Half the time you don't even notice. You think you're just being smart or being realistic. You convince yourself that now's not the right time, that you just need more information, or that other people are just naturally more talented or lucky. But let's call it what it really is. It's fear, wearing 1,000 different costumes. And that fear, it's been running your show way too long. So here's the raw, unfiltered truth. And I want you to really let this sink in. Those voices in your head, they're not going anywhere. Not now, not next year, not when you hit your next big goal. You can't erase them. You can't cure them. There's no magic button that flips your brain into always confident, always disciplined, always crushing it mode. Those doubts, excuses, comparisons, and perfectionist urges, they're not glitches. They are features of the human experience. Every single one of us, no matter how strong, successful, or put together they look, has them. That person you admire, they hear them too. The athlete, the entrepreneur, the artist, the parent juggling 5 million things, same deal. The only difference is they've learned how to deal with them. But here's where the game changes. The second you see those voices for what they are, you take back the power. Not because those thoughts magically disappear, spoiler, they won't, but because they lose their grip on you. The volume might stay the same, but the impact, that starts to shrink fast. Think about it like this. If a magician fooled you with a card trick once, you'd be blown away. But if you learned the trick, the next time you saw it, you'd just smile and shake your head, because now you know what's happening. Same with your thoughts. The minute you start recognizing, oh, wait, that's just doubt doing its little dance, you're no longer hooked by it. You see it, name it, and keep moving. Every single time you catch yourself thinking, maybe I should hold off, maybe I'm not ready, and you pause and realize, hold up, that's doubt talking? Boom. You reclaim a piece of your power. Every time the excuse machine slides in, all smooth and reassuring. You've worked hard lately. It's okay to skip this one. And you smile and say, nice try, but nope, I'm showing up. That's another brick in your mental armor. Every time the comparison monster sneaks in, usually right after you were feeling good, and tries to drag you into the Instagram rabbit hole of other people's perfect looking lives, and you remind yourself, nope, that's not my race. I'm building my thing. That's you getting sharper, tougher, more unshakable. And every single time the perfectionist parasite whispers, maybe wait until everything's 100% ready. And you shrug and say, good enough, let's go. That's you punching a hole right through the fear of imperfection and stepping closer to real progress. And here's the thing, this process, it's not glamorous. It's not the kind of thing you get medals for. No one is throwing a parade because you ignored your excuses today. There's no confetti when you quietly show up and do the hard thing. But that is the work that changes you. That's what builds the bulletproof mindset everyone talks about, but so few actually build. It's like leveling up in a video game, except the enemies aren't outside you, they're the old scripts running in your own mind. And the more you face them, the stronger your inner boss becomes. Now, let's be clear. This is not about fighting your thoughts like some endless battle. That's exhausting. It's not about trying to silence them or pretend they don't exist. That's not realistic. It's about outgrowing them. About moving with so much boldness, so much consistency, that those old voices start to sound small, like background noise. Still there, but irrelevant. Like elevator music while you're busy closing $1 million deal. Think of it like this. Your mind is a radio. And for years, you've been tuned into the same tired stations. Doubt FM, excuse hits, comparison classics, perfectionist radio, all playing on loop, all too familiar. And those stations, yeah, they're still out there broadcasting 24/7. But here's the part no one tells you. You hold the dial. You have the power to change the station over and over, every time you slip back into old patterns. And the more you do it, the clearer your new signal becomes. And let's be real, it takes reps. At first, changing that dial feels awkward, like trying to break a habit you didn't even realize you had. You might catch yourself slipping into the old stations 5, 10, 20 times a day. That's normal. But every time you shift back, every single time, you're training your brain. You're rewiring your default settings. Until one day, you realize you don't automatically flinch when doubt shows up. You don't automatically freeze when the excuse machine pipes up. You don't spiral when you see someone else crushing it. You don't stay stuck perfecting plans. You move. Fast, messy, real. That's when you know your mindset is starting to transform. Not because the voices are gone, but because they don't own you anymore. They don't get to drive the car. At best, they ride in the back seat and you barely notice they're there. So next time one of those voices pops up, and trust me, they will, don't panic. Don't spiral. Don't waste energy beating yourself up. That's just another trick they use to keep you stuck. Instead, smile. Recognize it for what it is. Old programming. Say, oh, hey, doubt. Appreciate you stopping by, but I've got work to do. Or, nice try, excuse machine, but I'm not falling for that one today. Or, comparison? Cute, but irrelevant to my mission. And then, get back to it. Again, and again, and again. Until your new normal becomes bulletproof. Because that's where the real transformation happens. Not in some big dramatic moment, but in the small choices stacked day after day that quietly turn you into someone unrecognizable in the best way. And speaking of transformation, stick around. Because next, I'm going to tell you the story that changed everything for me. A story that hits deep, strips away all the noise, and reminds you exactly why you are so much stronger than you've ever given yourself credit for. Get ready.